Peggy 16.
Well, what we're doing here today is we're doing performance capture for Crysis 3.
Performance capture is the latest way of combining motion capture, facial capture and the audio capture simultaneously. The guys are wearing the normal mocap suits, you see with the bright colours for reference and all the markers on them, and then they've also got head cams on as well, so we're capturing all the facial movement, all the nuances.
This time we've done a full cast, and we've got in actors that not only look like the characters that we have, they sound like them, and they move and act like those. And that gives us a full strength in performance.
We've got 40 cameras set up on a tri-light rig, and they're all positioned all the way around the rig. And the idea is that at all times, 3 of these cameras must see one of the markers that are on the actors, so that we can track their position within the capture volume, as we call it, which is the performance area.
Casting the actors into the roles for us was of primary importance. We took a lot of time. We went through a casting agency and looked through numerous demo reels to try and find the person who fit either Psycho or Rash or Claire to a T. So it's not just Michael Sykes' voice with someone else's facial performance and someone else's body, but it is David Kennedy as Michael Sykes.
Well, you get the picture.
One of the most important things for us in Crysis 3 was that we wanted to still keep you within the eyes of the character. We didn't want to kick you out into some third-person cutscene where you would see Prophet walking around, but we wanted you to still really feel like you were that character, that you were inherently involved in this scene. In previous Crysis titles, typically what we did is we would find a location that the player came in and we would drop him off, and then we would set up our actors accordingly, and we would play the scene usually from one viewpoint. In Crysis 3, we decided to throw all that out the window. We said, okay, we have a first-person camera, but that doesn't mean we can't have the feeling of being in a movie or a third-person camera. So what we're going to do is we're going to put those characters into that framing, and then we're going to find a way, a logical, simplified way to get James from that point to that point. But every single motion that he makes is determined by an action that either the world does or another actor does to him. So they invite him to move forward.
It's kind of fun to create the shot, to find that I myself am trying to frame shots as I'm in the shot.
It's gonna kick ass doing it this way. We've got a stellar cast, we've got stellar performances, everything fits together, and we're able to get the actors really working closely with each other and feeding off each other. We're working on adjusting the script to how someone says, you know what, that doesn't quite work for me. What if I did this? And what if you do that? And stuff like this. And that dynamic and that connection between the actors and the audience, I think, is something that is going to be very powerful for Crysis 3 and very unique.